Good afternoon. My name is Juan Carlos, and I am going to talk about plagiarism. Plagiarism is nothing more than copying the intellectually of another person without giving them due recognition. For example, a piece of writing, a song, an idea, a book, a TV program, an image, an interview, an audio, a movie, web page, among others. Importance of learning and being uh, aware of plagiarism. One, promote academic honesty. Respect for the intellectual work of others helps to develop critical thinking and be original in ideas. Full knowledge of legal and academic consequences and five improves research and writing skill. In conclusion, understand plagiarism not only prevents mistakes but also promotes a culture of inquiry, genuine learning, and respect for knowledge. Effects of plagiarism. Academics, disciplinary sanctions, loss of credibility, professional loss of prestige, dismissal, dismissal from work, personal lack of personal and intellectual development, and social disinformation. This is an effect damage an intellectual life a person. Types of plagiarism. One, copy paste information without acknowledgement. This plagiarism is very common since it involves copying and pasting information from other sources. Example, a student has to submit an essay and copy from Wikipedia and does not want. Two, self or auto-plagiarism. These plagiarisms consist of using the same word done by you. Example, a student wrote an essay for history and science. It is useful for ecology. He submits the same one. Three, collusion. This is when the same assignment is submitted by more than one student. Example, two students work together on one essay that was supposed to be done individually. They turn in identical papers with slight changes. Cloning. It is when another person only changes his or her name to the work done by another. Example, a student finds an entire essay on plagiarism, copies it out and submits it as his own without changing anything. Five, mosaic. This is when you copy embed exact words from all the paragraph, but only refer to some of them. Example, a student took key phrases and rewrote them slightly without citing the source. Remix. This is when exact fragments are copied and pasted, and others are paraphrased. Example, a student takes content from several sources and combines and it into a single text without citing. Find and replace. It's when synonymous and I use it to change some words, but the rest of the text is left alone. Example, the students copies a paragraph and replaces with synonyms the key words, but keeps the original paragraph without citation. And finally, verbatim is when you use other people's words, as in a movie interview example. A student copies phrases, words that he heard in a movie or audio that does not use quotation marks and puts them in his says without critique. Reflection about how plagiarism could be prevented. Faced with plagiarism, we can say that we can prevent if we are aware that the intellectual work of another person deserves to be recognized, and that is important that schools, colleges, universities teach more critical thinking, to think for ourselves and not only to memorize the ideas of others. Finally, reference. Thank you very much.